Barbados has just mounted its first National Internet Governance Forum. The aim to provide Barbadians with a platform to discuss how they use the Internet. One of the main presenters has been Director of Public Prosecutions Charles Leacock, who spoke on Internet law in Barbados. In the process, he served notice that some people could find themselves before the law courts for flouting the existing Computer Misuse Act. He was at the time responding to a question of why there appear to be so few cases under this act.
So far in this country, as well as most of the Anglophone Caribbean, you only charge people if there is evidence. So at the end of the day, there'll have to be a complaint. So for example, if you take some of the very salacious websites, for example, people can be charged for that if there are complaints. But even when you have the complaints, as many people would have complained about several things, about a number of websites, you still have to have the information as to who posted it. You have to get the ISP, and you have to get the information of the user and of the users who posted it. Now that is quite accessible also. But you also will have to get technology, input from technology, from the ISPs, how you regulate the ISPs or get court orders against the ISPs. But what you can also do, even if I set up a website and everybody posts on it like a site like Facebook or so, the persons who post those things on it, even if you can't get the owner of the website, you can also charge the persons who posted on those sites. And I'm confident that in a short while, you'll see lots of people being charged for things like that. Because that information can be accessed technically as well as to ascertain who made those posts, and they will be, and I'm sure in a very short while people will be charged for that.
Okay, so that then begs another question: how do you handle multiple jurisdictions? Because obviously, the posting may not have occurred in Barbados, may have been another jurisdiction. Yeah. How do we handle our act with respect to...
Once it's published here in Barbados, once it occurs, it can be the website may be hosted on Facebook in the United States or California or wherever. It doesn't matter where it's posted. Once the publication appears here, and the Internet is worldwide, it appears here. Once it occurs in our territory, we can charge because we have jurisdiction to charge within the territory of Barbados.
What type of cybercrime statistics are you seeing, I guess, from the time that the law was enacted in Parliament to now? Mm-hmm. And is it been constant, relatively the same? And two, as some of us in here are professionals, what would you like to see us and some of us in here are IT professionals do in relation to helping you in being able to actually get to the root of some of the cases that you would actually like to maybe prosecute and can't do?
Well, I prosecute once there is a breach of the criminal law, and that requires a complainant. But with respect to the volume of cases that we see for prosecutions, largely people complaining about things that will constitute like defamatory in character. People having their private lives published about a sentence of which might be true and 90% might be untrue. You just take something out of context. But most of the complaints relate to personal reputational damage. An example would be, let's say you're an accountant in a firm and they say that you're stealing money. That may be grossly untruthful. So at the end of the day, it affects your reputation. So that is the kind of personal reputational damage that's the bulk of the complaints.
Director of Public Prosecutions Charles Leacock, speaking at the inaugural National Internet Governance Forum in Barbados. This has been Sadrico's Early Business.